I just happen to be real, and I always used to exaggerate. I'm 1,000% real. Well, 100%, 1,000%, the same damn thing. There's too many people that ain't real. And I don't see anything wrong with swearing, because there's just that much bad that in reality you should swear. But you would be turning off high quality people like late Susan Schappel that I knew, and she was one in a million ladies, and she truly helped me out. She was not a believer, didn't think anything about Jesus, went to a universal church, just a gathering of nice people that accepted gays. But it's pretty obvious that gays are wrong, because their confusion about themselves, going into being a dog. I mean, they really did wrong with that. It's like, okay, you're wrong. RuPaul's wrong, but just keep it in your own backyard. I don't want to see it. But they're displaying that that's okay. Well, they might as well just go and do domestic violence, pretending that, they do their dance, their sexual dance. Well, then why not have, like, fakery with men hitting women? Not really hitting them, but you're going to take that to school. Show the drag queens showing off their bodies. Like, no, you shouldn't be doing that to children. No, that's called a display of very light child molestation. It's not done to them, but they're shown it. They might as well be watching porn, because that's what they're doing with their bodies. I mean, they're actually doing sexual acts. You might as well just let them watch porn, which is bad for children and for adults. And they proved it with brain scans. So I don't have to prove anything. Oh well. But I mean, the drag queen went beyond to be crazy today, acting like they're dogs, and going that far, not knowing, going out into another imaginary world, and like, well, this is who I am, and okay, well, I'm gonna change myself to not being consistent. Okay, if you're a dog or a cat or alien, then you stay that way. Then you're Wolfman for the rest of your life. No, I'm not Wolfman anymore. I decided to be a purple alien. Well, you're not consistent. Well, that's a little bit crazy, I would think. So they just took that to another level, the people on TikTok, which is totally insane. I mean, to me it is. I don't even watch it. I mean, talk about insane people, but actually they are just harming themselves. The worst insane people are the insane abusers who attacked me. That is bad. When you hurt someone else and make someone else want to die. That happens to be the craziest people on the planet. And there you go. Nothing's done about it. Nothing's done about the craziest people on the planet. And something should be done. So yeah, you live in hell, because whatever happened to late Joe Jackson, one of the most abusive men in America. What about Sybil's mom? She probably was the worst mom ever in America. Whatever happened to her? Did they both Both of those monsters, did they get any karma? Huh? The Turpins, the House of Horrors, the 13 children that were tortured to death for all those years? Oh, they're in prison. You know what? The Turpins' prison life is a lot better than what they gave to their own kids, sleeping in their shit and piss for a whole damn year. At least they have a little toilet in their fucking room, and they might get a little tablet to write on. People don't make any sense. The Turpins being in prison, that doesn't do any good. Just put them out in the military with Jeffrey Dahmers. Put all the insane abusers in the military. And they're watch. And they won't do a damn thing. And the abuser gives all their hard-earned money to their victims. Jeffrey Dahmer's case, he killed young men that he sodomized. All the families get his money equally. And with the Turpins, they pay their kids for life. And they're in the military or doing some other factory job. Ship them to China. If, like, the Turpins are alive. But when Jeffrey Dahmer, instead of being him in prison, ship him off to work 16 hours a day in China. And his dollar that he makes that day goes to a victim, which isn't much. So it just doesn't make too much sense. But yeah, this world doesn't make too much sense. That victims get nothing. And it's completely, totally wrong. Well, what are you going to do about it? We'll get over it. Well, a victim has a lot to get over. They have too much to get over. This world is completely backwards and wrong. I mean, they never did anything about domestic violence. There's nothing done. You never ever tell a domestic violence situation, oh, just go get a piece of paper, a PFA. It doesn't work. It doesn't work at all. That abuser will kill that victim. So what is the world thinking? Well, the world's Satan's. I mean, they don't give a shit about any domestic violent person. Nothing's done at all. And again, what should be done about domestic violence? Like Lorraine Bobbitt's situation with late Mr. Bobbitt. What should have happened was it shouldn't have went that far of her naturally doing that violent act. She shouldn't have. But he made her do that by raping her and beating her up and insulting her every fucking day and cheating on her. Alright, so maybe they had an okay time the first few months. Who knows when it got really bad? Maybe it got bad right away. And before 6 months, they were married. Maybe he started raping her and beating her up and insulting her. And this happened for 5 years. Okay, so how should that situation have went? Her workers should have recorded, hidden around there and have like big tape recorders or whatever, recording that shit. Have her mom hidden. I mean, a family member that cares and proving, hey, domestic violence, hey. Take her away like the 3rd year with her children, and he's fined. The state gives her $30,000 to take care of her and her children. That would have been really good. And he gets fined, and he gets thrown in the military. I mean, apparently he never abused. This is the crazy thing. I don't think Mr. Bobbitt, I didn't follow the story. I don't give a shit. I don't think Mr. Bobbitt abused anyone worse than Lorraine. Yeah, people just don't get it. He had all kinds of opportunity to almost kill her. And, where would the $30,000 of the state would have gone to? Her mom, helping her take care of her kids. He's fine that he has to pay back the state, but he's not going to give it to her. No domestic violent abuser is ever going to give to their victim. Like O.J. Simpson they had a second court, and he owed $33 million. Oh, well, he doesn't have to pay. That's insane. He should have been made to pay. That poor family that won that court. But, it's a different scenario. He doesn't, that's messed up. It doesn't matter. And instead of $33 million, be real, $500,000. God, all I need is 100,000. I'd like more, and then I could help out more people. And the people in question, I'd have to see their bank accounts and shit. If I'm, I never had any help at all, so I'd be really, really, scrutinizing, like, the people who I help. The first people I would help is Melody and Donna out there. But I don't see Melody anymore. Melody could have died. They're two abused women. They're victims. For years, they're out here. Well, Melody's out there for longer than a year on the streets, where I am. But Donna, it was ever since 2014. Going in and out of the mission and here and there, and staying with Satan. Satan awful guys. God's supposed to be good, so. Put it correctly. People say God damn, right? And then I told them to say Satan damn. They're like, what the fuck? What the fuck? Satan damn? Yeah, Satan damns everything on this hell earth. Not God. God came down and we damned him. We tortured him to death on a cross. And I do believe that happened. But there are so many people that don't believe it happened. But I believe it happened. And it was recorded, other than the Bible. So, there. It was recorded. And what about the, Jesus's, his towel that was over his face? So he had, like, radiation on him, and you can see a face. That could have been, man-made, right? I mean, somebody could just, not in our modern, but, like, they could have done it in the 1900s. Somebody with a paintbrush and, I don't know, radiation paint. Painted. And I don't even care what it's called. That's how much I don't care. Because of the Vatican completely destroying the Bible, I don't have to know anything but, yeah, there was a God. And he came down. He called himself Jesus, the Son of God, but he didn't have to. Who cares? God came down. His name was Jesus, and he died on a cross. And he died on a cross for mainly all of my insane abusers wrong. And that's what made me sane. I mean, how did I get over the tragedy on top of 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 the tragedy? And I told a lady one night all the tragedies, and it insulted this woman. And it's just like, what do you mean? Well, you keep on saying the same thing. I said, no, I was not saying the same thing. They were different tragedies that happened. Different ones. How did I make victims are the strongest? Victims are the strongest. And I might not know too much, but I made it. I'm sick of surviving, trying to survive. And why would you want to try to survive in a poisonous world anyway? It's ruined. Like, you know, you ruin the water, you ruin... I mean, like, my God, there won't be a 2024. I mean, the rate that they're destroying everything. I mean, forget about the nuclear bombs. I mean, yeah, just keep on destroying everything the way you're destroying them, you know. Pretty soon, there can't, you know, people are talking about 2030. Get the fuck out of here. How bad is 2024 going to be? And how many people are going to die? That's reality. I mean, if the world keeps on going, and maybe there could be a magical Jesus' blood, and he can destroy the earth in fire. And I'm not saying it would be man. Well, the Euphrates River is like, alarmingly, I saw Instagram that I believe is real, and what's coming out of the dried up river? Blood. Okay, okay. Do you know what? That's really a nightmare. There's real monster demons down there. That's fucked up. Alright, that's insane. Are you serious? Oh my God. You know, we have all these other problems. What the fuck? Oh my God. There's a whole bunch of domestic violent, insane abusers in the world. And then you have the monsters coming out of the fucking Euphrates River after you? What the fuck? You know, and how can they be destroyed? How can all of this hell be destroyed? And, you know, maybe one of my sons is not a true atheist. He just wasn't around a good person ever in his life. And that's a possibility. Because how many people were I around that were good? Late Susan Schappel, my best friend Rosalind Cronk. I mean, I can't say her name. Why not? Connie Lewensberry. Good lady. But couldn't take my truth. Because she didn't want to deal with her abuse. Most people don't. So, I mean, I'm a weirdo and I tell everybody my whole story, but that's what victims do. That's what traumatized victims do. They tell you their whole story. Because no one listens to them anyway, so they wouldn't be listening to it. Well, this is what really happened. Well, shut the fuck up. Yeah, but shut up.